What if you woke up one day and everything outside was frozen, the streets covered in ice, cars buried under snowdrifts, the entire city silent, frozen in time? Sounds like science fiction? Well, it has happened before, and it could happen again. Welcome to a new ice age. Earth has gone through multiple ice ages. The last one ended around 12,000 years ago. Back then, mammoths roamed the frozen tundra and humans survived in small groups, hunting to stay alive. But what if another ice age started? Right now? Scientists believe ice ages are caused by Milankovitch cycles, long-term changes in Earth's orbit and tilt, which affect how much sunlight we receive. However, these cycles operate over tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of years, and their effects are amplified by other factors like CO2 levels, ice albedo feedback, and ocean circulation patterns. Some experts say we're overdue for another ice age. However, current human-caused climate change has dramatically altered this cycle. Studies indicate that carbon dioxide levels above 300 parts per million may entirely suppress the next glacial cycle, meaning that human activity may not just delay, but prevent another ice age altogether. The most recent ice age, known as the last glacial maximum, lasted from about 26,500 to 19,000 years ago, reaching its peak around 20,000 years ago. During this time, global temperatures were on average 9 to 14 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 to 8 degrees Celsius, lower than today, though some regions, like the Arctic, were up to 20 degrees colder. Vast ice sheets covered large parts of North America, Europe, and Northern Asia, drastically reshaping Earth's landscape. The sea level dropped by approximately 393 feet, about 120 meters, exposing land bridges like the Bering Land Bridge, which allowed early humans and animals to migrate between continents. The immense weight of these ice sheets sculpted entire continents, carving out features like the Great Lakes in North America and the fjords of Scandinavia. When the ice finally melted, catastrophic floods reshaped coastlines and ecosystems, leading to the world as we know it today. If a new ice age began, ice wouldn't blanket the Earth in just a few decades. Ice sheets take thousands of years to expand significantly. Based on past glacial cycles, the cooling trend would likely reduce temperatures by about 1 to 2 degrees Celsius per thousand years, with ice sheets slowly creeping toward the mid-latitudes over several thousand years. Your favorite city? Gone. Airports? Frozen. Crops? Severely reduced. Entire countries would become uninhabitable, forcing billions of people to flee south, searching for food and warmth. Where would they go? Africa, South America, Australia? These regions might become overcrowded, struggling to feed and shelter the world's population. Massive blizzards and superstorms would sweep across the world, devastating infrastructure and making survival even harder. Power grids could fail, food supply chains could collapse, and governments would struggle to maintain order. Could we survive? Maybe. Scientists are already working on indoor farming, advanced geothermal energy, and underground cities that could help us endure extreme cold. With sunlight being less reliable, societies would turn to nuclear and geothermal energy as primary power sources. Fusion energy, if successfully developed, could provide a near-limitless supply of heat and electricity. Wind power in high-altitude jet streams might supplement energy needs. Traditional farming would become nearly impossible, leading to a reliance on indoor hydroponic and aeroponic agriculture. Lab-grown meat and algae farming could provide essential nutrients. Resource-efficient superfoods such as insects might become a key food source. Underground cities and self-sustaining domed habitats would provide protection from the extreme cold. Insulated buildings with advanced climate control would be crucial for survival. Equatorial regions could see a massive influx of climate refugees, leading to mega-city expansions. Roads would be impassable due to extreme snowfall, requiring reliance on magnetic levitation trains and underground transit networks. Nuclear-powered icebreaker ships would keep supply routes open in frozen oceans. Air travel would depend on high-altitude and hypersonic aircraft designed to withstand extreme weather. Global trade routes would collapse, requiring local self-sufficiency in most regions. Enclosed, heated warehouses and underground distribution hubs would store and transport essential goods. AI-driven robotic convoys could deliver supplies across treacherous frozen landscapes. Outside, the world would be a hostile wasteland. Only those equipped with extreme cold weather gear and autonomous support systems could survive prolonged exposure. The Arctic, once limited to the poles, would extend further south, making large parts of the world uninhabitable. Ice ages don't last forever. If natural climate cycles resume, a full ice age could stick around for like 50,000 to 100,000 years. But here's the thing, because of all the greenhouse gases we've pumped into the air, some scientists think another ice age might never even happen again. So, when the ice finally melts away, what's left behind? Cities? Probably wiped out. Civilization? Starting over from square one. The people who make it through the ice age would end up being the ones to build a whole new world. Would they even remember us? Would they look back at our time as some kind of lost golden age? A world that wasn't frozen solid? Maybe they'd tell stories about this mythical time, when humans lived in a world without endless winters. And maybe, just maybe, they'd sit there, staring at the stars, wondering if an ice age could ever come back again.